India, many reports over the past several weeks and months saying that the country and the economy is in a great spot, a Goldilocks spot. We know what is happening to interest rates, and we are also seeing the return of FIIs into the Indian market. Sum it up for us, how is the big picture view of the Indian economy and the markets?
First of all, happy Independence Day, Siddharth, Sakshi, and all viewers at Business Today. It's a pleasure to be on the show. So I think from a macro point, which is what you mentioned, first of all, Siddharth, what you have to look at is 2022. The world generally, across economies, was debating whether there will be a recession or a 0% growth. In India, the debate was whether there will be a 6% growth or a 7% growth. And obviously, we know which debate is a better debate to have. And I think India managed to grow upwards of 7% in a very, very tough global macroeconomic environment. As we speak, I think 23 and 24 across the board, large agencies like World Bank, IMF, and so many other global research outfits have all said and forecasted that India would be among the fastest growing economy in the world, and they will grow at like upwards of 6.5%. So I think there is no doubt that the resilience which the Indian economy has shown over the last 2-3 years of challenges, led by COVID and then the Russia-Ukraine issue and wild swings in commodity prices, and as a result of which highest ever inflation and interest rate is very, very commendable. And we basically attribute that to what we call the 4Ds. One is obviously democracy. I think the world has realized after the conflict of Russia-Ukraine and the potential threat of conflict leading to China that democracy is the place to be in. The second is obviously demographics. I think we are one of the youngest large economies with a median age of less than 30 years. And at least for the next 20-25 years, our median age is going to be less than 35 years, which makes us one of the youngest large economies in the world. I think third is the digital economy. I think we have lagged a little bit in terms of physical infrastructure. There also we are making big strides, but I think what we have lagged in physical infrastructure, our digital thrust has made good a lot of it. So efficiency has improved, connection has improved, tax compliance has improved, and generally, I think as an economy, we are becoming more and more efficient. And the last T would be the domestic consumption. So the reason why in 2022, when the world was struggling, India managed to grow at 7% is because, more than 80% of our economy is domestic driven. Correct. And we have seen how we have celebrated festivals and weddings and how we have traveled, at a time when the world was actually struggling. So I think all this put together makes India stand out quite a bit. And on top of it, we also have oil, which has been on a softer side. Yes, in the last month or so, it's moved up $10, but still, even at $80, we are almost 20% lower than the last year's average. And I think that's a big, big positive. Yeah. We also noticed that the world obviously is moving from dragon to elephant, which is China to India, not in terms of only manufacturing, where the China plus one and all the incentives which the government is giving, plus all the steps they are taking, including the recent step of banning imports of laptops and computers and encouraging them to be made in India. Along with the huge flows, the asset allocators are also looking at India as a country where they would like to increase their exposures. So I think all in all, in terms of macroeconomy, in terms of the policy decisions, in terms of the world looking at India as a great place to invest, as you rightly said, it's all Goldilocks. But yes, we have seen this, that you should not get carried away. We should be sane. So I would say that things are good, but we have to obviously keep on watching our steps.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.